What's up, everyone? I thought I would do a video on a topic that I'm going to call Necromancy and the Plague. Before I do that, I would like to use my spirit bells just to kind of deal with what's going on for protection, for how to exercise all the negative energy that has come about during this time. Um, these are mugu bells that Korean shamans use in order to summon spirits, their gods, and the dead. Um, I also have my Dance Macabre shirt on. Some call it Dance Macabre, some call it Dance Macabre, depending, but it deals with basically the plague. What I want to do is first off, I want to define the word necromancy in my own terms. And when I mean necromancy, it's anyone that is able to communicate with the dead through seeing, hearing, or feeling them, or they work magic with the dead. Any spirits on the other side. Now, during this time of the plague, there seems to be an enormous amount of people dying, unfortunately, and that's a sad reality. And many of them are having a difficult time adjusting. Now, if you go into Buddhism and Hinduism, I don't know so much about Hinduism, but I know Buddhism. There is a 49-day period in which the dead must, before you can conjure or communicate with them. And in that 49-day period, it allows the dead to adjust between the spirit world and the physical world. Now, I think people who are 11 life paths or who are able to be psychic mediums or necromancers may find this to be true because when someone dies automatically, they're not going to be there at your command, They're not going to be able to communicate with you because they need to figure out what's going on first. We all do. It's like being in a new environment, except this new environment, you don't have your body and you're so used to being in the physical realm that being in a spiritual realm is completely different. So in Buddhism, it is believed that 49 days, the number seven being an important number of seven, it's used in the beads and everything. Seven is the holy number for a lot of religions. Uh, it helps them to adjust. It helps them to reassess, to assess what is going on, that they are not part of the physical world anymore. Now, I don't know who's going to die or who's not at this point. It's just a toss up. There's just so much interference between those that have died and passed on, and those that are getting sick, and those that are coming in and out of the spirit world, the physical and the spirit world, because they're dying, that there's just so much that humans, I mean, people like us can, you know, adjust to. And it just seems like everything's being intercepted, everything's going so fast that no one has time to adjust to this plague. And so it's harder to communicate with these people because they haven't had that time to really adjust and they think that they may be still alive. And so, what I feel is going to happen is that psychic mediums and or necromancers really have their work cut out for them right now. this is not a very good time in terms of what our abilities are doing, because we really need to step up on the game when the shit hits the fan and this thing is all done and over with, and there's just going to be an inundation of spirit activity throughout the world. There are going to be places that are haunted, that you would not think are haunted. There are going to be people who have, their dead relatives surrounding them, trying to give you messages constantly, because you are the conduit between the spirit world and the physical world. And so they know, they're like, hey, you can hear me. You're the telephone booth that I've been looking for. You're the one that knows what's going on. So we're just kind of like, whoa, the ones of us that survive this plague are going to be the ones that are going to be in much need. And so if you go into a house, pretty much every house is haunted at this point in time. They're talking about 2 million plus people are going to die in the United States. That's a large percentage of the population, you know? So we are the ones that are in charge now of trying to get these messages out, but we're going to be overwhelmed and inundated by the dead. I can tell just by seeing these celebrity psychic mediums or necromancers, they just look overwhelmed, just their physical appearance, even my physical appearance, it just seems like, there's just so much death going on that they're trying to communicate with us, and we just can't tune into it right now. We can't assess because there's just so much going on in the spirit world that there is no way for us to deal with this on a rational level. I can imagine an increase in poltergeist activity in homes, because you're going to have people who thought they were going to survive this plague end up dying and going back to their homes, and then having people move into their homes, and then their homes being haunted with poltergeist activity because these ghosts or these spirits think they're still alive. Excuse me. So it's going to be us who are in charge of this type of work. We're going to be in much need, because a lot of these people are not going to know what's happening inside their homes. And then you'll have those individuals who are going to be surrounded by the dead. All their friends, all their relatives, they're going to be surrounded by them. And they're wanting you to give out their messages to the living. So I think what's going to happen is that we're going to be overwhelmed. Anyone who is a life path 11, whether you like it or not, your mediumship abilities or necromancy abilities are going to be heightened, because these people, these spirits on the other side, are wanting to communicate with you, whether you like it or not. And people like us who do this type of work and understand, okay, I can walk into a haunted house, all right? Me. And I can tell you exactly, there are ghosts in this house, what is going on, what they look like, who they are. And now you're going to have a lot more of that going on throughout the world, and even throughout your towns and the United States in general. So where does that put us in the position of? What do we do in this situation? Well, there's not much we can do except do our very best in communicating these messages to people. You know, like I said, when I see these people who have these abilities, there's something about their aura that is just, I can sense it's getting it's getting heavy. It's getting overburdened by just the amount of, you know, information that is being downloaded from the spirit world. And a lot of these spirits don't even look human at all right now. They look like your stereotypical ghost, which surprises me because I've seen them just recently because there's been several deaths around my area and they don't look normal. And I see them and they're like, hey, you can see, hear, and feel me. But I'm just like, wait, but you don't look like a normal ghost. You look like a stereotypical ghost, you know? You don't look like a human being, you know. They're still transitioning because they don't know what or who they are anymore, you know? So that's why I say we really have our work cut out for us, because there's going to be more hauntings. There's going to be more people who are going to receive messages from their dead loved ones, and I really don't know what to do personally. I don't. If I survive this plague, or if my family survives this plague, God hope so, knock on wood, that we survive this plague. Then, you know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And a lot of these spirits need help. And a lot of these homes will need to be, haunted homes will need to be exorcised. And a lot of these spirits need to be transitioned, into the light or into the further other side, to their destiny, into the spirit world that they need to go to, because they can't stay on the physical world, anymore. It's like, imagine this: you're a psychic medium or a necromancer, and you go to Auschwitz in Germany, and you're just like, whoa, I'm getting so much sensory overload right now that I can't handle it because there are still, you know, the spirit of ghosts there. And now it's like everywhere in everyone's town, you know, this is happening everywhere in our towns. And so, if you survive this plague and you are gifted with these talents, then you have to use them. You have to use them at this point. And you're just going to be like made into the crazy, you know, it's going to go crazy for you if you don't. Um, because I don't see how we can assess what is going on or what we can do for all these spirits, because they haven't even gotten to the 49-day mark yet. We haven't even started in many of these cases. You know, we're just at the very tip of the iceberg. We don't know what's at the bottom of the iceberg yet, you know, and how long this is going to be, how many deaths there are going to be, how many places are going to be haunted as a result of this, how many people are going to need messages from their loved ones from the other side. It's just going to be way too much. And this really concerns me because, like I said, I'm already seeing, you know, all these ghosts, and they don't look normal. They don't look like normal human beings, you know? And that's the weird thing. They have no features whatsoever. They look like a ghost. The stereotypical, you know, you draw a ghost, arms, head, and then shadowy bottom part, like legs that don't exist, you know. I don't know what to do at this point either. I mean, if I survive this plague and I'm expected to do this work and to continue to exercise haunted homes and walk in them, whatever psychometry that is needed. I'm just going to be inundated and it's not going to be easy. And I really feel sorry for the celebrity psychic mediums and or necromancers because they they're going to really have it hard. Their games are going to have to be stepped up if they survive this. That said, I hope all of you stay healthy. I hope I stay healthy. I hope my family stays healthy. Stay inside. Realize how dire this is going to be because I can't predict how many more people are going to die from this and how much the work that we do is going to be needed. We are the next doctors. Right now, the doctors are the heroes. And after they do what they can do, and until this plague subsides, then we are the doctors of the spirit world. We're the ones that have to step up our game and really help the living and help these haunted places come to peace again. Because I just see it being way too much at this point. Like I said, these ghosts are not looking normal right now. They don't have the features that they did in the living life. They're confused. They're having a hard time adjusting between the spirit world and the physical world, and they really need that 49-day period to adjust, and they're not capable of doing that because they think they either are healed and they're okay, or they're just not aware of what's going on. They think, I just really don't know what to do at this point. All I know is I'm going to be overwhelmed everywhere I go now. I'm going to just see like dead people everywhere. And it's just not going to be fun, because I'm their telephone right now. And I'm sure those celebrity psychic mediums and necromancers, they're just going to have a very difficult time because they run into so many different people. So anyways, here's to the spirit bells, wishing us well, bringing in the dead and the spirits and showing them that they can cross over and that it's all right and that they're not bound by the physical plane anymore, that it's okay to cross over. Anyways, Manji, and I hope you guys have a good night and stay healthy and safe. Good night. Bye.